As Carnival season approaches its climax, or depending on when you see this video, Oktoberfest is just around the corner or some festival is just coming up, a lot of Germans will want to drink a lot of alcohol, and a lot of visitors to Germany will want to join in. And so, here is a quick overview of drinking laws in Germany. If you're from a country like the US or Pakistan, where the minimum drinking age is quite high, you'll have to get used to the sight of younger people drinking in public. If you are young yourself, you might be tempted to really go for it, but just hold your horses because Germany is not a free-for-all. There are two different kinds of alcoholic drink for the purposes of this law: beer and wine in one category and spirits in another. Or, to put it another way, fermented and distilled. The law applies in public places, bars, restaurants and so on. What you do in your own home is usually your own business, although if you gave alcohol to a baby and the authorities got wind of it, I think it's safe to say that they might step in. If you're over 18, you're fine, you can drink whatever you like. If you're under 14, you're not allowed to drink any alcohol in public at all. You're not allowed to buy alcohol and nobody is allowed to give you any. Beer and wine are less potent than spirits, and so the legal age is lower. If you're over 16, you can have beer and wine without any problem at all. If you're in the company of a legal guardian, you can even have beer and wine at 14. But spirits are absolutely taboo until you're 18. The logic of that is that it is very difficult to drink enough beer or wine to kill you. Before that happens, you're far more likely to pass out or throw up. Drink driving laws are a bit more complicated. In Germany, the blood alcohol concentration is measured using a slightly different method than in some other countries and is given in per mil. 1 per mil is equivalent to 0.1%. If you're under 21 or you passed your test less than 2 years ago, the limit is 0 and the fine is at least €250. Otherwise, there is a limit of 0.3 per mil, and that's not much. An average person can reach that limit after just one small beer. Between 0.3 and 0.5, you're fine unless you're driving dangerously or cause an accident. If that happens, then the alcohol in your blood will count against you. At 0.5 per mil or higher, the fine is €500 for the first offence, €1,000 for the second offence, and €1,500 for every subsequent offence. You can also expect a temporary driving ban, 1 month for the first offence, 3 months for every offence after that. That's the minimum you can expect. If you cause an accident, the consequences will be much more severe. If you're caught with a blood alcohol concentration of 1.1 per mil or more, you can be prosecuted and may face a jail term of up to 1 year and other consequences as well. These all apply even if you're not driving a vehicle that requires a license. For example, if you are caught riding a bicycle under the influence, your driving license can be suspended or even revoked. Luckily, most of Germany has a fairly decent public transport system, but just remember that transport companies will usually have house rules saying that they can refuse to take you if you're obnoxiously drunk. On the subject of getting obnoxiously drunk, that's usually frowned upon in Germany anyhow. Drinking alcohol is fine and a great way to socialise. Losing the power of speech is definitely uncool. At least in general. Of course, not all Germans are the same, and during Carnival there is a greater tolerance for drunkenness. But still, if you prefer to play it safe and switch to soft drinks before your legs take on a life of their own, that's fine, everybody will understand. So you don't need to feel pressured into drinking more than you really want to. One last thing. When clinking glasses with somebody, always remember to look them directly in the eye. The penalty for not doing so is 7 years bad sex. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not send me a postcard? Here's the address. Or visit Rewboss.com, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to my blog. And ladies, may I just say that when clinking glasses, I always look the other person in the eye.